You tell yourself it's just for a boost. One can to help you focus, another one to get things done. You convince yourself that this is how productive people operate, that successful people need an edge, a spark, a shot of energy in liquid form. You might even say that energy drinks are your fuel, that without them you'd crash before midday. But deep down, there's a quiet truth you don't want to admit. You've come to believe you can't function without them. People who drink energy drinks to feel productive are often caught between pressure and exhaustion. They live in a world that glorifies hustle, where rest feels like laziness and slowing down feels like failure. To them, caffeine isn't just a drink. It's a ritual of reassurance. It's that invisible push that promises alertness, motivation, and control in a world that constantly demands more. You wake up already thinking about what needs to be done. You remember how tired you felt yesterday, how hard it was to stay focused. And so the first thought that comes to mind is, I need my energy drink. It becomes your morning habit, your coping mechanism, your little shortcut to feeling capable again. What's interesting about people who rely on energy drinks for productivity is that they're usually not lazy. They're often ambitious, restless, driven, but tired. They want to do more than their body can comfortably handle. They live on deadlines, long hours, and self-imposed expectations. The energy drink becomes a symbol of power, a tool that allows them to override fatigue and keep performing when their body is asking for rest. When you drink it, the feeling is immediate. Your mind sharpens, your heartbeat rises slightly, your thoughts seem to align. You might even feel proud, as if you've hacked your biology. For a moment, you feel unstoppable. But beneath that surge lies an unspoken anxiety, the quiet fear that without that drink, you'd be nothing. That maybe without that boost, your productivity would collapse, and people would see how tired you really are. This dependency isn't just physical, it's psychological. You start associating success with stimulation. Your brain learns that focus equals caffeine. So, on days when you try to skip it, you feel lost, sluggish, irritable, demotivated. You tell yourself, I can't work like this, and you reach for another can. It's not because your body truly needs it every time, but because your mind believes it does. People who drink energy drinks this way often underestimate how deeply the habit rewires their motivation. Over time, natural energy, the kind that comes from rest, hydration, and steady nutrition, stops feeling enough. You start to crave that sharp, artificial high. The line between your real energy and your chemical one blurs. The benefits seem obvious at first. You get things done. You stay awake when others give up. You meet deadlines, hit targets, and impress people who never see what it costs you. But the cost is real. That extra energy isn't free. Your body pays for it with elevated heart rate, blood pressure, jitteriness, and later, exhaustion. What the drink gives you in 2 hours, it steals back in the next 5. And here's the part that many people don't realize. Constant stimulation slowly desensitizes your brain's natural reward system. That means you start needing more to feel the same effect. More caffeine, more sugar, more thrill. Until one day, you find yourself not drinking it to feel energetic anymore, but just to feel normal. You might think, at least it keeps me going. But going where? You see, the deeper problem isn't that you drink energy drinks. The problem is that you've equated doing more with being better. You've built your identity around constant motion, forgetting that rest is also part of productivity. You can't keep borrowing from tomorrow's energy without paying it back. Eventually, the body sends its warning: headaches, fatigue, mood swings, palpitations. And if you ignore those signs, burnout waits quietly at the corner. People like you often defend the habit with phrases like, it helps me focus, or I just needed to stay sharp. But focus that depends on chemicals isn't true focus. It's borrowed alertness. And every loan has interest. When the rush wears off, your mind crashes harder than before, leaving you emptier, slower, more dependent. Now here's the truth you need to hear. Your body already knows how to stay productive. You've just stopped trusting it. You've trained your system to expect shortcuts instead of balance. What you call productivity has become survival, an endless race against tiredness. If you want to break that cycle, don't start by quitting suddenly. That usually backfires. Instead, rebuild your natural rhythm. Replace 1 can with water or a protein snack or even a 10-minute walk. Let your body learn what real energy feels like again. Create moments of stillness during your day. 5 minutes to breathe, stretch, or simply sit without stimulation. You'd be surprised how much your brain can recharge when given the chance. Start respecting your body's signals instead of silencing them. Fatigue isn't your enemy. It's a message. It's your body saying, I need care, not caffeine. When you start listening to that voice, your energy will stop feeling like something you must buy in a can. It will start coming naturally from rest, hydration, movement, and consistency. Because real productivity isn't about pushing harder. It's about managing energy wisely. The most effective people aren't the ones who never rest. They're the ones who know when to stop. You can't be your best if you're always running on borrowed energy. So the next time you reach for that can, pause for a moment. Ask yourself, am I truly tired, or am I just afraid to slow down? The answer to that question could change everything. You don't need to drink energy to feel alive. You just need to reconnect with the kind of energy that doesn't come from a label. the one your body has been offering all along, quietly, waiting for you to notice.